So good afternoon, everybody. And I know I'm standing in between you and the lunch. Nevertheless, I will try my level best to make it interesting. So what we have, let me introduce myself. My name is Komal Machindar. Very fortunate to be in the same organization for the last 27 years, which is Larsen and Toubro. Right now, I head the Delivery Excellence, which is Quality Group of LTI Mindtree. In this 27 years of my career, I've been very fortunate to do the projects delivery, business development, and also try my hands for a couple of years on sales. And right now, I am doing the most important and the most passionate job for me and my organization, which is delivery excellence. And I think all of you in this room will agree. So we saw that, in the beginning, this particular session, I've been to many conferences, and I was very pleased to see the way this conference started, especially with our national anthem, then the dance movements, and very different types of presentations. So we saw that Mr. Prahlad, he got the tiger in the room. So I have now, I want to dare and bring guns in the room. Are you guys okay for that? So now that we figured it out, so let us do one small exercise. Can you all imagine that you have a gun which is used for shooting. When I say shooting, not like dawn or anything, but shooting in Olympics. Clear? So just imagine that you have a gun, and all of you have played along very well in the previous session, so I would expect the same thing this night now also. So can you please act like you're holding a gun? Come on, guys, you're holding a gun. Right? Now close your eyes and imagine a bull's eye in front of you. Close your eyes and imagine a bull's eye in front of you. And when I say 3, you shoot it. No cheating, please close your eyes. So when I say 3, you need to shoot, okay? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Done, all of you? I could see some people doing also. Interesting. So that's how realistic it can be. So now I would like to know from all of you, how many of you actually shot the bullseye? Sapna bhi dekho. Bullseye, sabne mein bhi nahi. Right, good. So you see, all of us actually shot the bullseye, which means that inherently, we are born to do the most efficient thing. We are made, humans are made to do the most efficient thing. So we always dream for perfection. But it is just not possible to reach that perfection in the first step. And so for keeping the humankind on that path of perfection, we have people like delivery excellence and quality, which bring in the compliance and the standards and the process to make sure that all of us reach that perfection. How many of you agree? Please raise your hand. This is the group, passionate group, which is keeping that. Thank you very much. So what we have here, so we had the speakers in the morning speaking about the challenges that we have in delivery excellence, which means the quality. So I'm used to using the word delivery excellence. It would mean quality. So we have many challenges in terms of how do we keep it relevant. Now, whenever we ask anybody, what do you understand by quality? Or if you ask anybody in the young generation, what is quality? All they can think about is some documentation, some standard, some compliance. Do you agree that it is only that? It is not that. So we thought that let us go back to our drawing boards and try and understand what is a process in the first place. So all of us, what we have our manuals, we have our processes, wherein we have the SOPs, we have the steps to be followed, and most of you are from the manufacturing background, you have very detailed SOPs, then you have quality control, inventory management, so many different things. So let us understand, do we as delivery excellence or quality understand the process? Now I have no doubt that all of you understand what is a process. I'm talking about myself. So I went back to the drawing board and tried to understand what is a process. Today it is not listening to me. So we said we'll understand what is the process. Process is constructing something. Process is nothing but everyday activity which we do. For example, getting ready for office is also a process. Every day you follow a process, certain steps. Process is nothing, no jargon, nothing but simple steps that you follow for any activity. So the first and foremost thing that we had to understand that process is not something outside the activity that we do. Process is something which is very much integral. And this has to be imbibed in our way of working. So the first challenge was having this definition of process for us to continue. Simple thing like packing the gift, when you receive a gift, how do you unwrap, pack, all this is also a process. It's a collection of related activities to make sure that we reach an objective. Are you all with me? Yes? So whenever I say hi, I would request all of you to say hello. And whenever I say hello, I would request you all to say hi. So now, by now you must have guessed that I take a lot of trainings. So hi, hello, okay. So we said that now that we have understood what it is a process, are all processes similar? For our organization, do we need to have some process which is different and which ensures that it makes business impact? So we said, do we design the process? When we asked a question, this can also be a process, right? Somebody's trying to cut the tree, somebody's trying to go, somebody's doing the unwrapping, somebody's moving the stone. This is also a process according, and we have seen so many people following different set of processes. You agree? Hi? Hello? Thank you. So we said, because of the changing environment, because of the changing culture, because of the different generations or different people coming in. In IT industry, in the last 3 to 4 years, we have seen attrition which is 25 to 30%, which means at any point of time, when we have new people from new generation, which have absolute no idea about all of this, and we have to make sure that they are built into the same fabric. They have to understand LTI Mindtree's way of working and deliver, which means very quickly they have to understand the culture, they have to mingle with the people, and they have to deliver the business. There is no time. There is no time because when they come in, the recruitment team, the business team is always asking for billing. There is no time given for them to be onboarding. They immediately have to understand what needs to be done and immediately need to be productive. And they themselves are also very eager to do that. But can we afford keeping the process part outside? We cannot. Because we are into business wherein we are dealing with government, we are dealing with people's money, we are dealing with people's health, we are dealing with aerodynamics, we are dealing with industries wherein lives matter. Now, unless and until they come into the culture very fast, they start relating to all the people with the same intensity, we will not be able to achieve the quality output for each and every project consistently. And that is where we said that we have to do something different. Also, if you see today, we had ISO, we had CMMI, the Capability Maturity Framework, CMMI, which has standards. Gone are the days when, like my time, the only sentence that was required by boss ne bola hai. Boss ne bola, enough. No questions asked. Then came that it is a senior management's directive. Today's generation does not pay attention to anything of that. It may have come from anybody for that matter. They will do only if they believe and they understand that. Now, how do you do that? That was the challenge that we understood. Now, to just give you a glimpse of how this generation works, my son, in the second wave of COVID, had COVID. And he was locked in a room, isolated. And his fever did not come down for fourth day. I was, just imagine my plight. I was tensed and, I was worried what will happen, 17-year-old boy, what do I do? And fourth day, he video called me and asked, Mama, have you checked this doctor's credentials? I said, why, what happened? There are 3 negative responses. Do you know? Have you really seen his ratings? I mean, who does that? You are struggling there, everybody is struggling, and you go and check your doctor's ratings. Then I told him, my dear, this doctor is 20 years experience. How many times have you, when you got well, went back and gave positive ratings? For this 20 years, he's got only 3 negative ratings, which is okay. Fortunately, I'm from IT industry, so I could relate and I could respond to him. So this is the way of thinking, that they're always thinking about ratings, they're always thinking about the instant gratification. So we said that we need to deal with this differently. We have to gamify this. Gamification is not only about rewards. Gamification is also about collaboration, making sure that we work as a team. So what we came up, so I will just push ahead with some of the slides. We said that we will have to come up with a solution which is cohesive, optimizing, and making sure that everybody works together in a same environment. So the framework that we wanted to build, which will make sure that we sustain in the market, had to be agile, had to be connected, and it had to be intelligent. Today's generation or the people who are coming in, if you give them a solution which is dumb, they would not, it has to be challenging to them. It has to be intriguing. Now, how do you make delivery excellence or quality processes challenging, intelligent, and gamified? So that is what we did. We said that we have to look at the processes or the model or the framework and make it into a healthy habit. Now, generally, at this point of time, we have around 8,000 projects across the organization. Out of those 8,000 projects, around 20 to 25 are always in escalation. The entire management attention from entire LTI Mindtree is always on these 22 to 23 projects. Now just imagine all the CXOs, the entire sales team, the pre-sales team, the project managers, all of them focusing on these 23 projects. But there are 7,890 projects which are doing well. What about them? So we changed the entire paradigm, saying that healthy habit. We said that instead of focusing on this 20, we will focus on this 7,800 and start rewarding them. So that was the reward mechanism that we did. We also made sure that we changed our lingo. We did not have reviews with a very big hangama for those 22 or 23. They always happened in closed rooms. They were less talked about. But we made sure that the management spoke about these 7,800 which were doing things well. We started rewarding, we started patting the back of all the people who were doing whatever they were doing. Thank you very much. This paradigm shift actually helped us. Because as any organization, heroics are always rewarded. You may not do any work, but the last when the deliverable is there, if you stay on the weekend, days and nights, and you deliver, everybody rewards you, you get a promotion and everything. But that's a wrong behavior that we are encouraging. So that is another thing that we said, because the team members, the project managers always ask, ye karke milega kya? Why do we even follow the process? So what if we get a customer escalation? Right? For them, the stickiness with the organization, the stickiness with the client, the stickiness with anything is very, very unsticky. It can break in no matter of time. So only when their habit is rewarded, then and only then they are able to change. So we said that we will change this culture, we'll have this reward, we will make sure how they collaborate. Now we'll come to the collaboration point. We said that we identified the habits. We said that as a project, you need to do these 10 things. Just do these 10 things, you come to level 3. We have around 5 levels for the framework. You come to level 3. Once you reach level 3, you get a reward. So it is incentivized, which means that we are not rewarding those 20, but 7,800. And after you get this reward, you can do quantification, which is the next level of gamification, and finally, the optimize, which is a 5. Now, there was a very nice catch here. Normally what happens, all the project managers, team members are always focusing on their team. I will do whatever you will see so many times that there is one project which is working late night. Everybody else is leaving at 5 o'clock and nobody's even asking, what do you want? Can I help you? There are so many times when you can help but that is not how things are. This program, we made sure that a project or a program will only succeed if all the projects are at level 3. Which means if one project is at level 2, the entire program goes to level 2. Now, every account that we have is spread across different units. Delivery unit, practice unit. So there are multiple units doing, and every unit has a P&L. So every time they only focus only on their P&L. Now, how to bring in collaboration? We had this at the unit level. A unit is successful if all the programs or all the accounts are at level 3. Now, what happened because of this? Everybody had to be bothered about what my counterpart is doing. And we had a scenario in the first year wherein one program achieved level 2. 3 units got level 2 because they had presence in 3 different units. When people realized this, we didn't have to do anything. They started collaborating on their own. They started helping on their own. They saw that only and only if all of us are successful, we can go to the different levels. Once all of them reach level 3, they would always want to go to the next levels. So what happened? We just changed one habit, one small habit, saying that whatever you do, just keep on doing it consistently and you develop a habit. We also had a reward mechanism because of which automatically they started collaborating. And because they collaborated, they had wonderful, meaningful experiences. Now, as part of level 5, what everybody has to do? Now, I would have gone for much time to explain what is level 5, but it is just the grade, level 2, 3, 4, 5. At level 5, the unit level, which is the CXO level, has to identify one process improvement every year. Now, there is a possibility that they can take it from someone else also. But every unit has to have one. Because of this, everybody collaborated. Everybody had more than one. It had to be shared. There was no other option for people. Just imagine the amount of things that can be just triggered by one change of small habit. I don't know how many of you have read the book Power of Habits by Charles Duhigg. If not, please read it because that is how we got inspired and we said that we will change just one habit and make sure that the entire thing changes. This resulted in having changes. This resulted in making the sales team also got intrigued because the mailers, the communication, the rewards, everything was just talking about this framework. Everything was only talking about the best project managers, the best team. Another thing we did was, when we released this framework, we made sure that every last team member is also part of that discussion. It was not top-down approach. That doesn't work anymore. Neither bottom-up. It has to be collaboration or nothing else. So we made sure that we told the last team member that this is what you are going to contribute. And if you don't do this, this is how your unit will fail. So everybody felt part of it and they collaborated and influenced the change. We follow a life cycle. From the beginning of the year, we announce it. So we say we look at 80% of the population. 20% we leave it to Mr. Karma's C, which means we have no control on them. So we make sure, so we don't want to reach 100%. We cannot reach 100%. We've seen that. So 80% of the population is part of this entire program and which follows the entire thing. Just imagine 80% of the population, we are talking today about 80,000 employees that we have, all of them knowing this framework and all of them participating in this framework. Now, because of this, what happened was we got many inputs. Whenever a new technology came in, the new technology wanted to have new processes. Without us asking, people came in with these processes that, look, we cannot follow this process. We have to follow this process. We didn't have to ask. it automatically got into our measurement system. Another, I leave you with another thing is, because of all of this, we got so many inputs, so many things, which really has been a continuing culture now. Another paradigm shift that we did was, all of us, when we went into the pandemic situation, 22nd March, we went into the pandemic situation, we realized, what is delivery excellence going to do now? Project managers are sitting in their homes. All we did was we used to report the non-compliance, we used to report the compliance to the management. Now what do? What is our existence? That is where again we said that the collaborative effort is what will work. And we took the project managers to our side. We developed an application which worked on a mobile. Within 3 days, application development was not a big task. 3 days, we developed an application which was available on mobile because people did not have laptops. They had gone to their hometowns, and because of the desktops, they did not have the laptops in. Everybody just had 7 questions, including their health question, which they had to respond every day in the morning. What happened was, every project manager knew that they were heard. If there was some help that is required for their project, or for their team member, or for themselves, was heard by the management. And this dashboard was available by 1st April, which connected the entire management. And that is what we saw, that if we change from compliance to collaboration and just change one habit of sharing, we can do real wonders. And this has been a success story for us for the last 4 years. We have also been able to do this, the merging that we had, the LTI merging with Mindtree, we were able to immediately have everybody onboarded on this framework. So this is the framework that has been working. We are not working for any standards. We are not working for any certifications or anything. And yet, everybody follows the required quality processes. Thank you very much.